Hi. Yes. Okay. Welcome everybody to Wednesday night Fountain of Life. And as you can see, this is the first page introducing Safe Home Revolution. Good morning, good afternoon. I am your tour host tonight. My name is Maple Chan, and indeed, this is the homepage of Opulence Global, showing a range of all our amazing products that is produced to protect the family from harmful ingredients or toxic pesticide, etc. Tonight, we're going to talk about this little bottle here, Fountain of Life. But before we do that, let us share with you the range that must be mentioned, that is Fairy Flawless Anti-Aging Skincare. And you can see the range here. And also for a time as this, we need that natural spray that is alcohol-free and long-lasting properties of eliminating viruses and pesticide and all the harmful encounter that we have on surfaces and hands, etc. I have been using this toothpaste for the last 2 years or so, and it really has been able to maintain a healthy gum and teeth care. So here we go, these three things, and we must mention this amazing one of the latest creation of Opulence Global, and this is the Sterling Hand and Body Moisturizer that will most certainly take care of any wrinkles or rough area. In fact, it is you can see instant result should you have any skin problem when you just apply this hand and body moisturizer from Opulence Global. Now here we go. Tonight's highlight is about Fountain of Life, and we're going to share a range of testimonies about it. It is Testimony Night, Fountain of Life. We just want to highlight, as you can see from the testimonies moving forward, a lot of people have very fast, receive very fast response from experiencing Fountain of Life. So it is basically what I want to say is fast acting and with this high performance antioxidant. Let's go tonight, Fountain of Life. Before we continue, I really need to highlight and acknowledge all the qualified counselors and leaders in this in this meeting. Henry Xiong, registered TCM practitioner from Canada. Renee Liao, a lifestyle director from Opulence Global, and Han Mei, who is with us most of the time to help us also during the Q&A. They are here to share their life experience and expertise. And as you see me doing the presentation tonight, we have all these leaders here behind the Zoom helping to take care of the Zoom. They are the organized managers and hosts of the Zoom. Magdalene Ng, Lawrence Chan, Faith Yo, they're all here tonight. Tonight's agenda, we will show you some slide presentation of testimonies. Then we go into live testimonies and the Q&A session. We'll also be doing the one drop test to show you how powerful just one drop of Fountain of Life is. Here we go, the benefits and testimonies of Fountain of Life. But before we start, we need to, let's say, refresh ourselves. What makes us sick? The major health challenge facing the globe, facing the world today is this: diabetes, cancer, inflammation, which is the secret killer. This one, I just want to mention another 2-3 statement, is that inflammation is the secret killer, because if you can see inflammation outwardly, physically in your body, fine. We know we are inflamed, we are bruised, we are hurt. But do you know that inflammation can also happen internally inside your body, in your organs? And that as long as inflammation remains in the body, in that organ, healing is delayed. And then we have obesity and then stroke. Let's see in the following testimonies, the slides, whether Fountain of Life is able to counter or relieve and give back some quality of life to people plagued with these health challenges. Disclaimer right at the beginning, we are not here. Fountain of Life is not a cure for any disease or ailment, but simply nature's most powerful plant antioxidant that reduces free radicals, slows down aging, and assisting the body to heal itself. So when you talk about Fountain of Life, you are actually talking about lignans. Seldom talked about. We don't even know about lignans until we know about Fountain of Life. So in short, Fountain of Life, the ingredient that made up of Fountain of Life is lignans. And when we talk about lignans, we are talking about building our body's immune system. To build an immune system, sleep is very important. It's only when we go into deep sleep, quality sleep, that the cells, our body's cells, is able to repair and heal itself. And then, of course, here in this slide is Fountain of Life enables better sleep and reduces snoring. Fountain of Life, as we talk about inflammation that hinders restoration or healing, Fountain of Life is excellent for relieving aches and pain and pertaining to inflammation. Here we can have this testimony about someone having toothache, swollen gum. This is inflammation. And she applied 15 drops 3 times a day. That's quite a quality amount. 45 drops onto a swollen gum or toothache. But indeed, what she had is she slept well throughout the night, because if you have toothache, actually you can't sleep. So 15 drops 3 times a day, 45 drops, enable this person to sleep well and then wake up, swelling gone, pain gone. So it is a wonderful testimony to share with us that even Fountain of Life can relieve toothache. Fountain of Life, I just want to share right in the center, in the middle here, the properties of Fountain of Life right at the beginning here. Properties of Fountain of Life is antioxidation, anti-inflammation, and antimicrobial. And these 3 properties combined together save Sheikh from his finger being amputated. This finger, as you can see, refused to heal because it is infected by rust and copper pipe. So something like that is actually contaminated, has contaminated the whole finger and refusing it to heal. But look at this, 2 weeks with Fountain of Life. Within a few days, this nasty wound got healed. And you can see from the photo here, Sheikh is a happy man, having his finger saved from amputation. All the 3 properties for such a wound like that, it took all the 3 properties to save that finger. And then Fountain of Life is deep wounds heal beautifully. Manjula from UK shared that her finger got cut deep by a can, tomato can. Now the deep wound actually causing blood to ooze out non-stop. But the testimony here is that when she applied Fountain of Life onto that cut wound, blood stopped bleeding. And then 2 days later, you don't even see the scar. So this is deep wounds healing beautifully with Fountain of Life. And we have this, another testimony, how this wound on the head got healed within 7 days. And this is also an amazing testimony. Should you have any scarring or wound due to surgery, Fountain of Life also can help. As this person having a tongue cancer with the surgery, within it took months with Fountain of Life, internally ingested and externally applied. You can see on the last picture here, healed beautifully. So again, I just want to emphasize, if you have any cut, any wound, Fountain of Life can help the wound to heal beautifully. Gout, 4 drops, rub it in 30 minutes, pain gone, swell reduced. As you can see here, the swell, 30 minutes, 4 drops, pain gone, swell reduced. Thyroid, this is our distributor from Malaysia, came all the way to Singapore to share with us how happy a man he is, or he was. And with this thyroid lump gone after ingesting it and even applying it over a few months. Fountain of Life can relieve us from eczema, itch, and psoriasis. So here, this person has got eczema for many years, but encountering Fountain of Life, the whole thing is gone after 3 to 5 weeks, as you can see in the picture. And this one is one of our distributors' relative. Eczema before, after. This person actually was plagued with eczema for years, and steroids, injection, cream, all kinds of cream cannot solve the itch. But just 2 months with Fountain of Life, the whole thing is improved so much. Look at all the inflammation all gone. Fountain of Life is really a lady's best friend. And here it is, it can handle weight control. We have a fact sheet, we have scientists behind Fountain of Life with Opulence Global. And this is a fact sheet, a study sheet to show that Fountain of Life, the ingredients can have weight control. And basically it's because, as you can see the underline here, when we talk about Fountain of Life having lignans, it's actually 7 types of lignans, and combined together, it can help weight control. Here it is, testimony of Kumaran. At age 53, last year, he was able to lose 14 kilos in 9 weeks. So whatever is plaguing you with all kinds of fats, Fountain of Life is able to balance the hormones, energize you, and correct the metabolism. The key note here is that you must take enough droppers, 120 drops or 60 to 120 drops for weight control. We go into 3 areas of game changer to health. Some health challenges we have. Game changer number 1 is mental health. How Fountain of Life can help us with mental health. And that is, this is one of our distributors' mother. This is a Singapore testimony. That's why we are here believing it and sharing it. Our distributor's mother, as you can see, the before and after picture. This is before, 3 months with Fountain of Life. You can see her looking so well and able to function, take care of some of her own daily function, like drinking and holding a cup. Do you know that dementia patient, when at this stage, they cannot look after themselves? So this is a recovery 3 months later. And then 6 months later, you can see we can bring her out to have fellowship with her friends in the park again, and even to have, this is some of the Singapore dessert time in the afternoon. So after Fountain of Life, this wonderful grandma is able to recognize her children again, understand a conversation, can reply, can watch TV, can walk and go out with friends. So this is a wonderful Singapore testimony that we would like to share with the world. Game changer number 2, which is generally health and wellness. And we mentioned cancer is one of the health challenge in the world today. And we have Charmaine sharing from New Zealand that with cancer and going through chemotherapy, she was totally exhausted, no energy left in the body, no more enthusiasm in life. But the fast-acting effect with Fountain of Life is that 5 days, After 5 days of taking Fountain of Life, energy return, sleep well at night, no more muscle cramp, and no more anxiety. And the wonderful tag here that gave her a prize for this testimony is she says that Fountain of Life literally brought her back from the grave. What a statement. We need to acknowledge and appreciate. And then also from Malaysia, we have this person going through chemo, in pain, weak and poor health, 2 months with Fountain of Life, everything, immunity and energy return. Again, we must emphasize Singapore has its own testimony too for cancer. One of our leaders, Magdalene Ng, is the stage 3 colon cancer champion. I call her a champion. And then the chemotherapy totally wiped out all her energy and performance in life. She was bedridden for a month or so, unable even to hold a cup with her finger because she has totally lost all of her senses and grip. But 3 months with Fountain of Life, everything gradually returned. She's able to function, go back to work, and then half her body was bloated. She's able to flush out the bloatedness, and then from not able to sweat because I don't know what kind of nerve was already diminishing from the chemo. She was able to sweat, able to go back to work, able to look after her children after 3 months with Fountain of Life. So we have very, very good testimony in Singapore with Fountain of Life, and that's why we are here sharing it. Verlin also shared that Fountain of Life is able to handle migraine, heart condition. Should anyone have sweating or cold sweat, Fountain of Life can take care of that too. More energy, and then pain on the knee is gone. Stroke. Now, this is on health and wellness. Fountain of Life for health and wellness. Magdalene's sister or relative, I would like to reveal, is that she had a stroke and then in ICU. What Magdalene did for her is that gently, but the timing was excellent in this case. The day she had this stroke, the night Magdalene was just trying out using half a bottle, slowly, gently massaging the brain, the head, and then the rest she massaged on the left side of the brain. She gently massaged the right side of the body. She massaged with Fountain of Life. For any stroke patient, recovery would take 18 to 24 months. But in this golden hour where Magdalene was able to try out, at that time was just trying out, the result was that 5 days later, out of ICU, 8 days later, out of bed, 1 month later, discharged from hospital with the help of a walking stick, 2 months later, walked without assistance, 5 months later, went back to work, able to handle a car, etc. So this is the testimony of someone with a stroke and how Fountain of Life is able to bring back quality of life within 5-6 months. So this is really an amazing testimony sharing coming from Singapore again. This testimony is from Canada, and it is in this category of health and wellness. This person, as you can see, has a bloated stomach, retaining water in the stomach because he has a liver, lung, and colon infection. But 2 months with Fountain of Life, moving over 8 months, from 2 to 8 months, you can see the stomach, the water is flushed out, a flat stomach already, and then fluid release over 8 months. What it means is that the liver, lung, and colon is beginning to function properly. This is what we want to see. Liver, lung, and all the internal organs able to function properly and to give back quality of life to this person. And he lost 107 pounds, 17 inch to the waist. So he is definitely a happy man. Here we want to share is that what did he do? How many drops did he take for Fountain of Life? 2 droppers or 60 drops every day for over 2 months. And then, of course, he continued throughout 8 months. So let me explain, because of the 2 droppers, sometimes, distributors of a particular brand, we have our lingo. So it is very important, if there are guests here, for us to explain, this is a drop. This whole tube is called a dropper. So what this testimony earlier here is 2 droppers. That means he took 2 droppers equal to 60 or 80 drops a day. And that helped flush out the water retention and recovery of the colon, lung, and liver. So here, this is an explanation of a drop and a dropper. This is, again, we're talking about generally health and wellness, whatever is plaguing people on a serious level. This is Awata from Kenya sharing that his cousin have got prostate complication for 10 years. With Fountain of Life, the first night he took Fountain of Life, the urination frequency went from 15 times to the toilet to 5 times. Urine, usually dirty in the morning, was clear that morning. And then as he continued the second and third day, it seems that he was able to handle these prostate complications and avoided expensive surgery in Kenya. So this is a wonderful testimony to share with everyone regarding prostate complications. Game changer number 3. Game changer number 1 was mental care, mental health. Game changer number 2 was general health and wellness. Game changer 3 is blood health. Blood health. And we have this testimony to share, is that Fountain of Life definitely is able, we have got testimonies that Fountain of Life reduce sugar in the blood. William from Malaysia is one of Renee's relatives. His blood count was 13 in May. With Fountain of Life, 1 month with Fountain of Life, the blood count went from 13 to 5.2, 5.1, 4.9, 4.2. So this is a happy man, and the wound was slowly, gradually healing. And this is, again, our Singapore testimony. Joseph, a diabetic patient, have got this nasty, nasty wound on the foot to be amputated, scheduled to amputate on a Saturday. And one of our distributors share Fountain of Life with him on a Thursday. So he is able to take Fountain of Life on a Thursday and Friday, just 2 days before amputation on Saturday. But 2 days with Fountain of Life, 120 drops, as you can see on here, save his foot from amputation. 2 days with Fountain of Life, Saturday, when the doctor want to amputate his leg, he say, hey, it's not so inflamed, it's not so red, it's not so smelly. And I think we can avoid the amputation, and then the healing process started. From there, he came and showed us the wound, the skin graft, etc. A happy man indeed. So Fountain of Life, the lignin and the sugar and blood sugar is able to reduce insulin resistance. Here, almost the end now. For those who are animal lovers, Fountain of Life is excellent for your pets. Can save a lot of pet care, veterinarian costs also. They also, as pets, need antioxidant, antimicrobial, and anti-inflammation properties. So here, we are sure that it is multi-purpose. You can put it on your coffee, in your drink, your wine, your beer, and also in your cooking recipe. Here, we want to demystify how and why Fountain of Life is so amazing and so fast acting. So the next few slides we're going to see is why is Fountain of Life so powerful, the properties of Fountain of Life, and what makes us sick. And you will recall what I shared at the beginning, the major health challenges, and you can see from the range of testimonies slide we shared is that we are able to handle diabetes. We are able to handle cancer, bring back quality of life, inflammation, secret killer, and then obesity, Kumaran losing his weight, and then stroke with testimonies, as you have seen here tonight. So you can see Fountain of Life is really able to counter and to relieve people, victims, patients of all these health challenges. So what makes us sick is a very general understanding. We are sick because of free radicals. We are sick because we met with a virus or a pathogen. We are sick because of inflammation, and the properties of Fountain of Life, just nice, able to handle these three areas with antioxidant, the properties, antimicrobial, anti-inflammation. And here, the properties of Fountain of Life and the ingredients of Fountain of Life, as we can see, is the 7-HMR, the 7-hydroxyl metarosinoid, which is the world's most powerful lignans. So it's just not one lignans. Apparently, these trees that you can see in this background is where the essence of Fountain of Life is taken from, extracted from these trees, and it contains 7 types of lignans. Let's take a look at these trees. Who and what are they? These trees are from the Norwegian spruce tree in northern Finland. They carry the highest source of lignans. They heal themselves. These trees heal themselves. And then example, if due to harsh weather and wind, should a branch break off from the trunk, researchers and scientists seem to find that the branch that was broken off the trunk, they don't die. They continue to live on. So they heal, these trees, they heal themselves, disease-free, insect-free, uncontaminated soil in northern Finland, and then withstand the harshest of nature's weather and oxidation. And these trees leaves ranging from hundreds to thousands of years. So where does Fountain of Life come from? Where does this lignin come from? It's from these trees, the Norwegian spruce trees, nature's most powerful plant antioxidant, etc. When we talk about Fountain of Life being very potent, being the strongest lignin in the world, they say, how strong? What do you really mean? So we want to just give a comparison of how powerful Fountain of Life is from this 10 drops. We used, before the pandemic, we used to encourage 10 drops a day to preserve and maintain our health, 10 drops. Today, we advocate 30 drops, 10, 10, 10, 3 times a day to maintain your health. Now, 10 drops to maintain your health before, we want to tell you that this 10 drops is equal to 1,800 cups of apples. 1,800 cups of apples. And it's not the apples is the lignin content, the lignin concentration in this 1,800 cups, that's the lignin concentration. So can we take 1,800 cups of apples to extract, to benefit the lignin concentration? Cannot, but 10 drops is able to give us that quality, to give us that potency. So here, that's why it is so powerful. Why when you take it, you see inflammation gone. You take it, the toothache is gone. You take it, the what you call gout is gone. The thyroid is gone. It is because it is very potent in its lignans, in its properties. Disclaimer, we're going to talk about how powerful Fountain of Life is. It is just a plant antioxidant, most powerful. And let me say about antioxidant. Antioxidant by Dr. Richard Cutler, the former director of the National Institute of Aging. He says the amount of antioxidants in one's body is directly proportional to how long you will live. What statement he is giving us is that how powerful antioxidant is. We're talking about Fountain of Life giving us the antioxidant. Fountain of Life giving us that antioxidant is exactly how it is going to help us. the amount of antioxidant in our body is directly proportional to how long we will live. Antioxidant versus free radical. When you see an apple turning brown, this is oxidation taking place. This is a general knowledge we know. Apple turning brown is oxidation, but do you know internally in our body, oxidation also takes place. Healthy cell attacked by free radicals, if it's not taken care of, the cell will die. When too many of such cells die in our body, when thousands of such cells die in our body, that's how we become weak, tired, and then we will succumb to some health challenges. So here, can we manage oxidation at this level? And apparently we can with Fountain of Life, with the one drop test. Take Fountain of Life into your body, and then you will manage the free radical process here. And these free radicals, attacked cells will become normal again. So, and it's because of the 7 types of the powerful lignans in this one drop. So we are going to go into a one drop test to show you. Remember, we told you 10 drops, 30 drops is able to take care of your entire body's oxidation for the hour, for the day, or etc. So we want to go into this one drop test. But before we do that, the protocol tonight for any guests invited here, please go back to the person who invited you for anything about Fountain of Life and Opulence Global. And throughout the week, we do have Opulence product and business presentation. Go back to the person who invited you. Again, after this one drop test, we're going to go into a Q&A session. You can ask anything pertaining to Fountain of Life or health challenges with our TCM practitioners. And then thank you, leaders here, all these pictures, all these nice pictures here. Thank you for helping me manage this Zoom tonight. Now, as we go into the one drop test, I just want you to know that oxidation happens when we encounter this oxidative stress. Smoking, the pollution in the air you have will oxidize your body. Diet, wrong diet, medication, and then fast food, stress, and then excessive exercise. If you don't exercise properly, you also get oxidation. And then contaminants, pesticide, alcohol. So this one drop test is going to show us how powerful it is. But look at this picture here. We are constantly bombarded with Wi-Fi emitting from our handphone and computer. This little laptop in front of me, as I shared tonight, is also emitting all kinds of oxidative stress to my body. And it's wonderful. I have Fountain of Life with me. So you can see Wi-Fi is very bad, contributing to oxidative stress. Now let me stop share and come back live with you tonight. With this, Faith, my partner here, is going to help me. I need to, sorry. I need to remove my, as much as we are proud to share the background, but it does interfere with, it's okay. So now let me come back to you. Here it is. Faith is helping me holding this, okay? And then this one is an oxidative stress agent. Every drop into this bottle of water, this cup of water, represent your body, healthy, strong, clean, clear, uncontaminated. And this is an oxidative stress. Every drop, as what I mentioned just now, will oxidize your body and make it weak. So I'll put 10 drops at least. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 drops. And here you go. You are oxidized. The clear water is now purple in color as like the handle. Okay. And now I'm going to just put, you don't blink your eye, especially guests. Don't blink your eye. I'll just put just one drop. Just one drop. Okay. One drop. Remember we told you 1 drop or 10 drops is 10 drops is able to maintain your health. And look at 1 drop. The water has turned golden, removing the oxidation. Now I'm going to challenge this 1 drop with another 5 drops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I tell you, this is big drop, unlike the fountain of life drop that I drop in. Is it able to hold? Yes, it's still gold in color. It means that 1 drop of fountain, this is the 1 drop test. 1 drop is so potent, is able to handle a range of oxidative stress in our body. So we have come to the end of our presentation. And it's time for anyone to comment, to share testimonies, and to ask their Q&A, to start the Q&A session with Henry Xiong, our TCM practitioner, to help us with some questions. Okay. Thank you for your time. Hope it helped us understand Fountain of Life a little bit more. Okay. Any testimonies for the night? Or any particular sharing from Henry or anyone? Maria Baptiste, you got a testimony? But wonderful.
Absolutely, Mabel. Thank you so much. I would love to share that one because I shared it last week. Ladies and gentlemen, again, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Again, Maria Baptiste, Toronto, Canada. And this testimonial is a very powerful one. One of my LAs, a matter of fact, this is a young lady who had triple bypassed for I think a year and a half ago, and she had some leaking problem. Like, I mean, nothing was normal, and she had this challenge with the pain, and plus she's dealing with all these pills and medication. So she made arrangement to have a surgery. I think she was, triple bypass surgery a couple of months ago with the doctor. So 3 weeks ago, I went to attend a presentation at a church. And when I heard that story was unbelievable. She started to use the fountain of life, taking the 10 drops every morning and every night. Now, remember, she just had this triple bypass for a year, and then she was on all these pills and medication. She made arrangement to have surgery. The doctor set it up, everything for her. And I think 2 weeks ago, when she went to the doctor, when the doctor went and checked everything out, he says, uh-oh, there is no more surgery anymore. You don't have to do any more surgery. He says, I don't know what happened. Whatever it was, it's no longer there. So we canceled the surgery. I'm telling you, it was unbelievable. The woman began to cry. In just 3 weeks of using the fountain of life, it transformed that woman. Now she's clear, she's free, and her energy came back. The woman is not the same anymore. And she gave that testimony in the church. I tell you, it was remarkable. And I just wanted to share that very, very powerful story. In 3 weeks, wow. 3 weeks, it was no longer there. The doctor said, whatever you're using, continue using it. And of course, she bought like 25 bottles of Fountain of Life, and the rest is history. And she says she will never stop using that product. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, again, disclaimer, it is not a cure. It's just one of the most powerful, potent antioxidant on the planet. Wow. Thank you so much, Mabel, for sharing that. Back to you.
Wow. This call for hallelujah. Wonderful testimony, and it is recorded, and it's wonderful. Thank you for sharing again. For those who missed it last week, wonderful testimonies. Really no harm trying Fountain of Life. Whatever health challenge you're going through, Just try, no harm. Wow. Really, God has given us a good gift. Somebody is asking, I have breast cancer, how many drops can I consume? No chemo or operation done. So, Henry, cancer,
I
no,
think
no.
30 to 60 drops would be a reasonable dosage to start with.
Okay. 30 to 60 drops, yes. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Wow. I still can't get over it, what you have just shared. 3 weeks, 20 drops a day. Surgery cancelled. Wow. Whoever is here to hear this testimony, it's so encouraging. It really gives us hope.
We had some discussion with the diabetic sugar level control, and I think she should be online. We discussed it yesterday. She had some testimonials of people who their like A1C level dropped down from 10.9 to 5.9. That's a very dramatic drop in the A1C level. The A1C is the 3-month average. So it's a very accurate reading for people with diabetes. But some people take a year and a half or something like that to see that change. So for people whose sugar level is not coming down in a short time, don't worry. It takes time and it will get there sooner or later.
Okay. One question here. Gallbladder operation tomorrow, Henry. A portion of it will be cut off, removed. He said he repurchased a bottle 3 days ago. Can he continue with Fountain of Life? If yes, how many drops? That means after the operation, can he continue?
Yes, after or even before. I think it's a little gallbladder operation, maybe because of stones or something. So they can continue to use it after they do the operation.
Okay, before and after also can balance with a few hours now. You can still take it with help with better recovery from the surgery. Okay. Any more testimonies or question? We must thank Henry here week after week to share with us, giving us his opinion, his guide, his experience. Thank you again. Wow.
People who are waiting for operation or scheduled operation, like what Maria shared, hopefully there's some change or positive change enough for the doctors to cancel the operation. So always try it before the operation and see what happens before that.
Yes. Thyroid. Some with thyroid by taking can that cause her to have dry cough? Nothing come out. So someone with thyroid taking Fountain of Life resulting dry cough. No phlegm, nothing, just dry cough. Is it possible caused by thyroid or it's a recovery symptom?
It shouldn't be the Fountain of Life that caused the dry cough. Maybe an irritation of some kind of a tissues in the throat or somewhere. It should not be an issue. Just probably continue to take it with maybe a little dosage change and see what happens.
Okay. So do continue to take margarita. Continue to take, will be no harm. Anything
Usually it's the
else?
long-term benefits that we are looking at. We shouldn't be too much bothered by a short-term up and downs or some kind of a reaction from the body. Just to just find a way of taking it, find a way the body can handle, and with time it should help our body.
Yep. Okay. So, any more testimonies? Okay. Looks like we are able to end at 10 o'clock sharp, Singapore time, and
Yeah.
9 o'clock Canadian time. So Fountain of Life, 7 types of lignans, very powerful. We have heard one of the most powerful testimony tonight from Maria Baptiste, how this person scheduled for triple bypass, 3 weeks with, is it 2 weeks or 3 weeks? 3 weeks with Fountain of Life. Operation cancelled. Surgery cancelled. I think this is the best news. One of the highlight for tonight. Okay. Okay. Henry, anything to share? You know, long time we never talk about yin yang. You know, I'm so intrigued by the yin yang, the balancing of the body. We did settle that quite early in the first couple of months. That, you know.
Yeah,
So dry cough is also part of yin yang, balancing the body.
Well, in our body, everything is about a balance. If yin is represented by the moon, for example, and yang is by the sun. So the sun gives the heat, and then the moon doesn't give heat. The moon is more like a reflection of the sun. So in that way, the moon represents our yin side of the body, and the sun represents the yang side of our body. So when they have a balance, then they keep each other in control. So if the yin is out of control or yin is too much, then we accumulate fluid and the phlegm and weight and a lot of things, the coldness, dampness in our body. And that's how people have a lot of phlegm, they have a lot of edema, swelling, and even weight control, weight gain. All of that is caused by the yin deficiency or the yin too much yin. And if there are too much yang in there, then that's usually, they call it overly heated body. And that's when people have a lot of dry skin, itchy skin, a lot of heat, a lot of pimples, lots of like dry stuff, including like constipation. It's all about overheat. Like in the tongue, usually shows yellow, and then maybe thin. Like usually it's shrinking, it's smaller. And so the balance of the two is how you make your body feel nothing. We need our body to feel nothing. When you don't feel anything in the body, your body is doing good. If your body is feeling bothering you somehow, or we call it complaints, then that's something off balance. It's not balanced anymore. That's what it is all about. So we need to get our body balanced in many ways. Everything, sugar, you need to be balanced in the middle between 5 and 7. And same thing like pressure. So
I will ask one question about yin yang, but after I ask, There is a request for Maria Baptiste to repeat her testimony. She was very short and sharp, so I think it's worthwhile to hear Maria again. And then after that, we have a couple more questions. But when you talk about Henry, Yin Yang, let's say when I take Fountain of Life and I get sore throat, so I am more heaty, and Fountain of Life balance my heatiness. Is it? That means when I take and I have sore throat.
Yeah, most people are yang deficient actually.
When you say deficient, when you use the word deficient, means we are heaty.
No, means deficiency means lack of yang. So that's when you say yang deficient, it means you have cold body, cold hands and feet, for example.
But cold body, why I have sore throat?
Sore throat could be, we call the empty heat. Usually,
it's their empty heat.
It's the heat. It's the heat, but it's not really yang. It's not really good yang in the body. It's like a false yang, and something that pop up to bother you. That's actually because you don't have a good base of yang energy in the body. So that is also on the other side. It's called yin deficiency as well. It's almost like water in what they call it, in a cooking wok. So if you have lots of water in there and you heat it with fire, it boils and the vapor goes in the room. It looks very a lot of activity going on, but because you have enough yin in there, enough water in there, you don't really have a problem. But when the water goes down further down to the bottom, you don't need that much fire to boil it, but it's still boiling like crazy because it's too little water. And that's what we call yin deficiency, when the body is lack of fluid in the body. And that's when people feel this dryness. We call this dry. So some people have this. There is something like there is a name for that. So people who feel very dry in the eyes, they come to roll the eye. They have to use eye drops for the eyes to move around, and then they feel very thirsty, and their whole body it's itchy and then dry skin that causes eczema or something else as well. And then they usually have constipation as well. So that's also called yin deficiency. So some people have both yin and yang deficiency, both in the same body. So the Fountain of Life is actually able to balance both. So it's going to give the body the essential yang energy, and that can bring back some yin fluid to the body to maintain. So it's a very complicated conception, but when it's balanced, then you don't feel anything. But if it's not, then we feel all kinds of symptoms. And even
you are so right when you say it's complicated. You're trying to explain in a simple way. It's a good thing it's recorded. We will repeat and hear it. But basically, we can diagnose wrongly. For example, if I have a sore throat, just now you will say it's a yang deficiency. But we would think that we are overheated. We will go and take cooling water, which might make it worse. Something like that.
Yeah. So yeah, that's like it's a symptom. It's a symptom that is actually caused by we do have a yang deficiency as well in the body, but it's an empty heat. Empty heat that is like showing. It looks like it's overly heated, but it's actually the body doesn't have enough yin fluid to control it.
So that is really a whole brand new school.
That's right. If you really use like we call cool medicine to cool your body down, then you would make the yang side more deficient. So it will make the body even colder.
Yes. So sometimes we can diagnose wrongly and it become worse. So can Marie, if you're still you are here.
Raise their hand. Taj Basil.
Yeah, but Marie need to repeat her testimony, sharp and short, because somebody requested it for the triple bypass testimony. Then we'll go to Touch.
Absolutely, Mabel. I'll certainly, my pleasure to share it again. Could you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Fantastic. Okay, I'm going to start again. It's one of my LA friend who was, again, had a triple bypass, with her heart cancer for the last about a year and a half ago. And she had challenge. She had like a leak. And this thing is affecting her. She can't eat properly. She can't sleep properly. And she's been going on with this. So she scheduled for the doctor. She set up the appointment, everything to go to have surgery. And she started the Fountain of Life 3 weeks ago with one of my LA what introduced it to her. And by just taking the Fountain of Life, taking the 10 drop first thing in the morning, 10 drops at night, every single day for 3 weeks. When she arranged to go to the doctor, when they look at her, the doctor said, no, we have to cancel it. You don't need to do any surgery anymore. Whatever it is was there is no longer. So whatever you take in right now, continue to use it because it works. And so that's the beauty of it. Because of Fountain of Life, she was no longer to do any surgery with this cancer. And that was in the church. I went and did a presentation. And when the lady gave the story, I was marveled to hear that by only 3 weeks, not 6 months, not a year, just 3 weeks using the Fountain of Life under her tongue. This was the transformation. So the doctor tell her, no, you don't have to do any surgery. You're fine. Continue using what you're using. And that was it. Thank you very much for allowing me to share it again.
Thank you. Thank you. So
You're
much clearer
welcome.
now. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very powerful story.
Yes. Yes.
Thank you.
So we move on to this. Extraction of tooth was postponed after using 4 days of Fountain of Life, 10 drops a day. That's a wonderful testimony here. How should one with pain or diabetes take FOL? Just want to be sure. Henry, how should one with pain or diabetes take Fountain of Life? You just want to confirm how to take and to take it. It will help.
So the pain is, you can use it directly on topically, wherever you have the pain, but taking it orally inside the mouth is also very essential. For diabetes, if you have any external symptoms like a skin ulcer or something like that, you can also use the Fountain of Life directly on the affected skin. But again, taking it orally inside, like 30 drops a day, or even 60 drops a day, depending on how your body handles it, is a good way to take it.
Okay. Michelle, you talk about extraction of tooth was postponed after 4 days. Someone is asking, Jeannie is asking, can you please tell us how you take Fountain of Life that help the delay of the tooth extraction? I think it's Michelle trying to answer. Likewise, a cold sore that flared up disappeared also 4 days. So Michelle, how do you take? But her answer was 10 drops daily. I think must be holding it in the mouth, swirling it in the mouth. 10 drops. If I have toothache, I would take 10 drops 3 times a day, But this person took just 10 drops. I'm sure he would just hold it in the mouth and swirl it. And Michelle also said likewise, a cold flare up disappeared also in 4 days. Actually, I advise putting FOL on area of pain as well as internally. Thank you, Maria. Thank you. Okay, Antonia, get in touch with the person who invited you. Touch, you put up your hand. Can you share now?
Hello, yes, thank you. Thank you for taking my call. Excellent analysis and the details on the FOL. I just wanted to ask, I've got a friend who's actually diabetic, and recently he's been diagnosed with a problem with his eyes. he needs to possibly go for injections or laser treatment to get, I think they're called capillaries in the eye near the retina. What he said to me is he didn't want to go for those, but feels that he's going to have no choice, but because there are side effects with things like taking Eylea, I think it's called, injections. So he asked me, and I said, well, I think there is a possibility before you go to that stage that the Fountain of Life could help. So the question really is, does it help that situation with those? Because the capillaries start growing in your, I think it's in your eye itself, and when they burst, it then becomes like edema. It builds fluid in your eye, so they have to stop these from growing. And to my mind, it was straight away, I think maybe Fountain of Life should be tried here to make sure that we haven't forgotten about that, and maybe that can help.
Is there a particular question you are asking, Henry?
Yes, what I said was, does the Fountain of Life help in that circumstance where you've got these capillaries in your eyes that are growing and bursting and making sort of the eye a little water, the buildup of water in the eye eventually. So to dry that, they're saying that he would have to take these injections called Eylea. They have to take these injections and it's going to have to be taken once a month for a period of time. So he doesn't want to do that. And I thought, well, it's a possibility that Fountain of Life can help, but I don't know. So I'm not sure what to tell him.
The best way is to try the Fountain of Life. Let it surprise you.
What sort of amount? How many drops and how long for?
Like 30 drops would be a reasonable dosage to start with, and then make adjustments according to how the body reacts. If the body can handle it, then you can increase a little more to make it happen a little faster.
And how long would it take for such a turnaround to see whether there's a change or not?
Well, they will feel it. They will feel it. It depends on each individual. Some people take a couple of days. Some people take a couple of hours to feel the difference. Some people take a month or two. So it really depends on how the body absorbs it.
And I think his problem is related to controlling sugar, because when the diabetes is controlled, apparently these things don't happen.
All right.
So that's really where it's coming from. Yes.
So we were talking about some people that A1C level from diabetes take 1 year or even more to get it back to normal or get better. So certain things take longer, some things take shorter. So it's like what Maria shared. It takes 3 months to cancel that operation. So it really depends on how the body reacts to it or the body absorbs it.
Maria's testimony was 3 weeks to see the result, and surgery canceled. Touch, for my own experience, is because I sometimes do have some eye issues. For me, now the caution here is, what happened? Are y'all still with me?
Yes, I am.
Okay, if you can hear me, I will continue because something happened to my laptop, but you can hear me. For me is that caution, we do not put Fountain of Life directly onto our eyes and ears. You got that, right? No direct dropping into eye and ears. That's the instruction from the company. But for me, I would massage. I would use Fountain of Life and wrap it around my eyes here all the way, so that the essence can get into the eye area as much as possible.
Okay. But you
So
can't
rub it,
put them in the eye.
just not one night, just keep rubbing it around. Can you see me?
Yes.
I'll just rub it all around the eye, the temple, or even around the ear. It will benefit the eye because the fountain of life, the essence will penetrate past the skin to where it is needed, nearer. While you ingest it, it goes right through the whole body and correct the system. With a diabetic patient, the whole body needs it. But for the eye to get it, it would be good to just massage right around the eye. Don't do it just once. Maybe before you sleep is a wonderful time to massage around the eye, and then the essence will get into where the eye needs. For me, sometimes the result is almost instant. If I have tired eyes or even eyes twitching, the next day it's gone. I see the improvement immediately the next day. So I hope
I think this lady, Antonina Bernice Normal, she shared her screen. So if she could just say stop sharing, then we
no wonder.
Yeah.
Somebody shared the screen.
It's Antonina. Bernice Normal. Yeah.
Ah,
All
I
right.
am back with all of you. I thought something happened to my computer.
Okay, so we have 4 people. We have 3 more people raise their hands. So
Thank you, by the way.
So Annie, would you like to share?
Hi,
Annie, you
Ma'am.
want to share?
Hi,
Yeah.
Mabel.
Okay,
Oh,
Nora.
okay. When
Hello.
Annie is ready. Okay, Annie is ready. So
Hello,
Okay.
actually, hello everyone. I'm here
Yes.
in Dublin, Ireland. And you know, at the moment, we have a storm here. So earlier, I cannot really listen because the line was so bad because of the windy season here. So actually now the line is good. So I was listening to everyone about sharing this toothache, you know, pain on the teeth. So I will just share about my experience because last time that I started using Fountain of Life, because I really believe on it, even in the day first that I use it. But after a few days, I have a very, very bad pain on my tooth. So because we were not able to go home, because when you will be in here in Ireland for the dental appointment, it's very, very expensive. So, I cannot stop the pain. I cannot imagine the pain, you know, as if my head is breaking. So what happened, because I just took paracetamol, but the pain is still there. So what I did, because I have Fountain of Life, I started putting the Fountain of Life on the affected, you know, on my gums, on top of the tooth that I think there was my tooth was breaking. So what I did, I put a bit of cotton. I wet it with the Fountain of Life and put it inside. Then at the same time, I started like putting under my tongue and put it on my mouth, like soak it. And you know what? After like it's not really instant. The following day, the pain was gone, and even I'm using the cold water as if there is no more sensation on the tooth, you know. And even until now, I did not go to the dentist because I'm waiting that I can go home in Philippines. Because like talking about the dental appointment here, you know, it will cost me maybe 30,000 pesos to extract the tooth. So at the moment, you know, it was not extracted and there is no more pain. No more pain. That's why this is really yeah. So this is my experience now. And it so happened also the other day, a friend of mine was using the Fountain of Life where I shared it to her, and she was taking it because of the arthritis that she has. But the husband, it's with her, and I was just encouraging her. Please, can you encourage your husband to take also Fountain of Life? Oh, and she cannot, he will not take it because he have so many maintenance medication. So I was,
Mm.
oh, this is the chance now to let him use it. Then, oh no, he's afraid. So what happened? He asked me, yes, the other day, you know, my husband, he is really in pain with, he has a toothache and the mouth was swollen. And the doctor will not see him because he is new and the dentist here is full. So my God, he was just like, oh, and you try the Fountain of Life, let him take the Fountain of Life, put it on the gums, and
Yes.
you know,
Yes.
only a matter of 2 days, the swollen is gone. It's not paining him anymore. So that's
Yes.
why, Fountain of Life,
Wonderful. Wonderful.
good for all kinds of pain.
Yes.
All kinds of
But you have to continue to take Fountain of Life for your toothache because it takes it just need to be strengthened
Actually-
further. Yes.
Actually, Mabel, starting April until now, me and my husband we have the maintenance now, the Fountain of Life. So if I
Okay.
can show you how many Fountain of Life, the bottles are already empty, you know, I'm so
Yes.
happy. So
Yes.
I'm so
We have-
proud of the Fountain
We
of
have
Life.
bottles lining up too. Yes.
Yes,
We
I'm
take
not
by the
throwing it.
dropper. Yes. Yes.
So that's
Please
all.
continue to take for your tooth because tooth are very precious. We try not to extract it, and I know
Yes.
I have a tooth decay, and I managed to maintain it the last 2 years. This is really, thank God, you know. And
Yes,
it's all
really.
because of Fountain of Life plus the toothpaste
Yeah,
from
I'm also
Opulence
using the
Global,
toothpaste.
all doing the marvelous work preserving our
Yes.
teeth because we don't grow teeth anymore.
Yes, yes, this is permanent now, you
Okay.
know.
Yes. So Nora, you want to share? If not, Kumaran.
Thank you.
Thank you, Annie. Thank you.
Welcome.
Hi, Mabel.
Yes.
I just want to share. Not really sure if I should, but I'm just sharing my experience and what I did with the Fountain of Life. Because we're talking about the eyes. Actually, for years, I have something bothering me in my where the in between near the temple, the tear duct, close to your nose, that part of my eyes. It feels like there's a a lump in there or something. But I've been to the specialist, ophthalmologist, and they can't really do. And they said there's nothing there. They put drops. There's nothing there, right? But I've been suffering that for years, and I cannot focus. If I have to put my, I don't know if I can show my camera. If I have to do like this, it was over here. So if I have to push this like that, it will focus. So the blockage was in here. So what I did, I know, okay, warning, company does not recommend to put this in this Fountain of Life in your eyes.
Mhm.
So because I've been so frustrated, I've been suffering that for years. Actually, that's why I'm doing like this. I'm squinting so I can focus and I can see better. So what I did actually, I put I put a drop of Fountain of Life right there, right where this part right here. That's where I drop it. And believe it or not, that 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 lump or whatever that is that bothering me, it disappeared.
Wow.
And I thought I was like, and it sting when it caught when I drop it. But then again, that was it. It's just like the feeling when I drop it. Actually, I thought it would be worse. I was like, okay, if I go blind, then that was bad because I feel like blind anyways because I cannot. I have a hard time seeing on this side. So I got nothing to lose. This is my decision, by the way, for those of you who are
Yes,
listening.
yes.
This is my decision. So I did that. So when I wake actually the next day, it was like, oh, it wasn't bothering me anymore. And until now, it hasn't bothered me. So when I have that tiredness, it's just like applying when you have the IMO. I'm not
Yes.
sure what eye drops, any eye drops. Even when you
Yeah.
go to the ophthalmologist, optist, I cannot pronounce the word. But anyway, the eye place, if I go there, they put a drops to probably to clear the eyes. But that one actually sting more than the fountain of life. So that's just my experience of when I put that in my eyes. And that's I thought I'd want to share that because I know you
Yes.
said you rub it. That's why if you rub it here, if something a little bit goes into your eyes, don't be scared because I still have my eyes and then now and I
Yes.
drop it directly in my
Yes.
eye. So
And
I just want to
because
share that one.
you put the full dropper into
No.
that eye, how do you feel? Is it very
No,
hot? What was it?
I just have a little bit, just one drop. Actually, I end up with 2 drops in my
Yeah,
eyes.
one
So
drop.
when I went
What was the
for
feeling? Is it very hot? Is it stinging to you, or you felt okay?
no, it's just the same as really as when you go to the eye doctor and they put drops
Oh,
in your eye. It's just that same feeling. And I also have this drops that keep your eyes not dry. If you have dry eyes, you have those drops. It's the same feeling. Nothing. It's not.
Is
It
it?
didn't bite. It
Wow.
didn't. No, yeah, it didn't do
Oh,
like
yeah, the
that.
word is
So
didn't bite. Wonderful.
no.
Wow.
That's how I
I
feel
tell you,
anyways. I don't know, but
let me tell you,
don't try
family
it.
members here, brothers, sisters, ladies, gentlemen, what a treat tonight to hear Marie Baptiste share and for Nora to share. It's her decision. You put it right into the eye, but it took away that irritation, that lump, that thing, right? That was almost
But guess
disturbing
what
her
happened?
eyesight.
A few months later, I have an appointment with my eyes because I need a new glasses. I thought I needed a new glasses because of my glasses. I thought it was increasing because my eyes is getting when I have my glasses, it was getting blurry. I was like, oh, maybe I need a new glasses. So what happened is when I went there, the left eye. Remember, I didn't put a drop on my left eye. My left eye, the doctor said, I have a little bit of cataract on my left. I said, huh? How did that happen? I have problem with my right eye. But then I realized I put that FOL here, but I didn't put it on my left eye, just the right eye. So my right eye has a 20/20 vision with the glasses that I wear. But now I was wearing actually the old glasses that I have that I had that for like six years ago, because I go every 6 years ago. So my eyes went backwards, like instead of increasing in the
Wow.
new glasses, it went backwards. So I was able to fit in my old
Wow, what a
old eyeglasses. So I was using my old prescription and using that because the new one it wasn't working. So I just want to share that. So thank you so
What a
much.
wonderful testimony. Imagine if we were to close at 10 o'clock, we would miss Nora, your testimony. We would miss Annie's testimony. Sometimes it takes warming up, isn't it, for us to share. Wonderful testimony. Kumaran, you want to share with us? This is the gentleman who lost 14 kilos last year or year before.
Good,
Kumaran, yes.
good evening, Mabel. Can you hear?
Yes.
Okay. How long I got? Is it a few minutes or 10 minutes?
Huh? No,
How
no,
long?
I give you 3 minutes, 2 minutes.
Okay. I got 2 testimonials, but since today we are talking about the eye, so I will just share about the eye. It's my personal testimonial. Okay. In 1995, I started working in a bank, and almost after 3 years, because I was using a lot of computers in the counter, working as a cashier. So without my realize, I become a short-sighted. So but then working in a bank is not my my dream. So I was trying to work as a join Neptune in Singapore. Deck officer for nautical officer. So I went for the marine test, and I got a scholarship. But then at the end, when they did my eye test, a seafarer's test, I failed. And then I realized that I'm short-sighted. I cannot join working in a ship. So my dream just gone. So I come back to my normal lifestyle, start working in the bank and continue. But then still banking is not my life. So I started to do sales and join networking full time. That's how suddenly I came to Singapore in 2019 September. I met Mabel, met Lawrence and Amarjit. Then people introduced to me Fountain of Life. So I started taking FOL from August until December. And in January, my eyesight come back to normal. And in January 2020, February 2020, I stopped wearing my glass.
Wow.
Before that, I need to wear glass to drive, for driving, for long distance. I need to wear glass. But since 2020 January onward, I'm stopped wearing glass, and now I like normal. And even about 1 week back, I was visiting my friend. He got a spectacle shop, and he can test our eye power. So he just tested and said, Kumara, you're normal, you don't need to wear glass. So,
my goodness.
But that gives me why I never meet FOL in 1995. It will help me to continue my dream work as as a nautical officer in a ship, where I can travel the world, but it's okay. It's okay.
Yes.
Now
Opulence only came to Singapore in 2018.
But now it's okay. Even my age now is 54. I'm still playing veteran football, and I'm a goalkeeper. So I no need to wear glass and play football. So
wonderful.
So those days before Fountain of Life, I need to wear glass when I play football. And let's say it's a night game. Night game means they will say, Kumar, you need to play. You just wait.
Yes.
You won't let me to play because I can't focus the ball.
So how many drops you take a day?
Okay. Because it also helped me to.
It wasn't. You didn't expect it, right?
Weight,
You're just taking it.
Earlier it was about losing weight. So I started take 10 in the morning, 20 in the night.
Oh.
So that is helped me to lose weight about 14 kg. My face view also changed.
Yes.
It's not like I go to the, this is my experience when I went to the bank, because my passport number in Singapore, I was carrying my passport, and in Singapore, when I went to go the check, cash check, the guy, the lady, the cashier looking at me and say, you're not same. Why your passport photo is different and you are in front? I say
it
that's
was big here.
Yeah. So yeah, is a Fountain of Life, really fountain.
Okay, wonderful. Can I give you 10 seconds to tell me the second testimony?
The second one is actually the weight loss.
Oh, okay, weight loss. Okay, we heard it. Yes. So you take about 30 drops a day.
Yeah, but then after I lost my weight, then now come back to normal, I just take 10.
Okay,
wonderful, wonderful. Thank you for sharing.
How much is your weight difference now? Is it still 14 kg from before? Or
okay, when I came to Singapore in 2019 September, I did the medical report to get my permit working in Singapore. So the doctor, when he made this, I was 100 kilo. So in when I take FOL, in about 3 months time, I lost 14 kg. So now my weight is about 84, 85, will go up, come down, go up, come down, but it's okay.
So he's able to maintain. He's maintaining it. Yeah.
And when MCO came, it went up, but then when they come back to normal, then go back to normal.
Yeah, the lockdown, MCO is the lockdown in Malaysia. They went up and down. Okay, but it's good. It's good. Thank you for sharing. What a wonderful night. Sometimes we really need warming up for people to share. These are wonderful life testimonies. Imelda, you want to share?
Yes. Hi. Hello.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Now I can be seen. Warming up. We're talking about eyes. Okay, so this will be only a few seconds. Okay. This is my choice and some of the people's choice here in the Philippines. So what we do is we put 10 drops in this one water, 10 drops of FOL. And because like in the evening before I go to sleep, tired eyes, so I just spray that on my face. And also there are testimonials here like a teenage boy full of acne, and this is just what he did, and it dried up. Also, my friend who undergoes dialysis 3 times a week, she says that there's heaviness in the early morning, like a big a rock is down on her chest, and also the legs. So what she does is when she feels pain, she just sprays it on her chest and on her legs, and it greatly helps her with that. She's a dialysis patient. So that would be all. Thank you.
Wonderful, wonderful. Now in 1 minute, it's going to be 10:30 in Singapore time. It will be your 9:30. Should we call it a 9? Or you still want to talk? Should we call it?
Mabel,
Yes,
I think
Jeannie.
Anne Maria wants to talk.
Anne Maria.
She raised her hand just now.
Okay. Anne Maria, where are you?
Yeah, hello. Yes, I'm here. Am I coming clear?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes,
this
yes.
is Maria Arlene. Yes. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. I'm so happy and I'm really, really true. I want to share this a testimony that happened with my husband. He has this swollen face when I wake up because the toothache was really tremendously he was really tremendously suffering at the time. So I told him I gonna drop fountain of life on his teeth, so that after 5 days, the swelling just it looked like a color of apple, red swollen face because of the toothache. But then after 5 days, the swelling subsided, and while we were eating apples after a meal, he just chew something hard, and then he said, "What's this? A hard object?" And then he put it on his hand. It's his tooth. The tooth just fell off. You see, we didn't have to go to the dentist anymore because it just fell off from his gums, and it was the height of the COVID, and we were so scared to go to the dentist because you see sometimes when you go to exposure, and we were so happy. I took a picture of the tooth that fall without the aid of a dentist. It just fell off, and then the gum healed. So that's my sharing for the wonderful.
Thank you for sharing. We all know sharing is caring. And indeed, we are caring for one another tonight by sharing life testimonies. So thank you. Let's meet again next Wednesday with a lot more testimonies, and let's warm up faster at that time so that we can share with one another wonderful testimonies. We must thank everyone who have shared today. I know it's not easy to share. It takes us a lot, but sharing is caring, and is to give us more confidence in Fountain of Life and how it can help us. So good morning, good afternoon, good night. See you next Wednesday. Our host is going to say goodbye and stop the recording. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Everybody.
Love you.
Thank you,
Jeannie,
Mabel.
Anne
Thank you,
Maria,
Lauren.
Nora.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.